I just was cracking up so hard, even at the beginning, that I was just in it. I was like, this is gonna be fun. Forget the haters. Do you want to talk about this stuff? Hi, I'm Kayla.
I'm James.
We just watched Ghostbusters, the new one.
And it wasn't horrible. It was pretty good.
Omar's in it.
It was pretty funny.
Omar
is
in it, so.
It's good. Omar was in it.
He is in it. Don't worry about it. Just know he's in it. Alright, I'm just gonna talk about Ghostbusters. It was fun. Funny, and when it's not funny, there's action going on, and when there's not action or humor, like, you're startled. Like, it's a good, fun movie. Yeah?
I think the outcry that the internet had over the trailers and how they were gonna,
Destroy the universe or something.
Yeah, I know. This movie was just a lot more slapstick than the original Ghostbusters. It was missing all
That's
of
not gonna bother you though, did it?
I still much prefer those like practical effects that they had in the original Ghostbusters. There's more weight, I think, to those effects. It was the same kind of complaints between, the original first Star Wars trilogy and then when they made the updated trilogy.
Yeah, but the updated one was trash and then the new one's good again or something.
But even more than that, they were talking about how this movie was destroying their childhoods.
Yeah,
this movie has nothing to do with their childhood.
Nothing. My child doesn't have to be a nice childhood. Like, that's weird. You didn't have an iPhone either. Like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what did you think of it, Calista? You like it? Ghostbusters? Just say yes.
She's nodding. It's fine.
She's nodding her head. Affirmative.
There's these 4 people, right? There's this lady. She's all like Columbia. That's Kristen Wiig. And then there's this woman who like is just real sincere and she like thinks ghosts are beautiful and stuff. And that's Melissa McCarthy. The one who does gadgets is Kate McKinnon. And then the one who knows all the NYC history because she like reads all the nonfiction and all the historic stuff about the city, that's Leslie Jones. And then Kevin is played by Chris Hemsworth. He's so stupid, but so charming because he just smiles his way through it all.
He keeps drinking coffee and then spitting it out and then remembering that
he doesn't like coffee. Like, just stupid-ish like that the whole film.
He bangs so a gong funny. And instead of covering his ears, he covers his eyes through his glasses, which have no lens because they get fogged up all the time. I mean, that was good stuff. I thought that was probably the highlight of the writing.
Kristen Wiig is a physicist, so she wants his tenure, so she can't believe in ghosts, and she spends all this time trying to cover it up, and then there's a clip of her on YouTube, just all close up in the face, going, ghosts are real, because she's seen one. Probably Melissa McCarthy's funniest moment only works if you know New York City, because she comes into like their newly established headquarters, and she's like, I made up these flyers, and they're great, and they're these bright green flyers, right? And
I think, like you think at that moment in time, like it's gonna say something like, who are you gonna call?
Right.
Or something like that.
Right, she's like, I came up with a great slogan, she says. I came up with a great slogan. And she puts the flyer, Christopher Kristen Wiig to see it, and she goes, if you see something, say something. I about lost it. James about lost it. Everyone else in the theater is dead quiet. Kristen Wiig hails a taxi and is like about to be the apocalypse. And the taxi driver's like, where are you going? And she goes, oh, Chinatown. And he goes, that's about 1 block further south than they want to go. And made me miss the city so much. So much. That's 1 block more.
I think people are going to be most annoyed with Bill Murray's cameo.
It felt like Bill Murray was directed by like a different director. Is like the vibe I got from him.
I got his character, his lines, his act didn't fit anything.
Nothing at all. That's what makes it so funny though.
I know. I feel like he like intentionally like just missed every single beat. Every single beat. He just missed
it's so good. It's like Andy Kaufman almost.
To fuck with you. I thought it was interesting. The city, like the government, like the cover up. They tried to make it.
It's almost like 9/11. The 5 leads are just in it with each other just to have fun. You can see that that's what they decided they were going to do. They were just like going to go have fun while they made this movie running around New York City, like shooting at like nothingness, like while you're actually shooting. It's just they have fun and you feel that fun Don't go in with hate in your heart. Go in with love. It's a beautiful, fun summer blockbuster.
This movie kind of fares well because of all the hate, the backlash. Like, it set really low expectations for anybody that like was like thinking about it or read anything about it or saw any sort of thing. Like, this is a funny movie on its own.
It's funny.
Like, they're just playing and toying with the concept of Ghostbusters, like a team of scientists who like are inventors and they go out and they catch ghosts, and like it doesn't need to be the exact same movie. I think that's silly. The first half an hour or so is probably the best
It's
part.
so funny.
And then,
it gets
on,
regularly
it doesn't
funny.
get like boring, but
No.
yeah, it just seems like the writers or the proof, whatever, there wasn't very much nostalgia. Like the gadgets were all like new, original. Like there was no like,
It was fun.
you know, the traps and the guns were like completely different. And like, you know, I didn't feel offended by any of it. I think it's silly that some people are so offended that they're not using the exact same module that the original Ghostbusters used.
You're secure in your love of Ghostbusters, though. James
Yeah,
moved
'cause it's
across
the-
the country with one suitcase, and guess what made the cut? This shirt. Like, literally, James moved across the country with a suitcase full of possessions, including the Ghostbusters shirt. So, I think you're secure enough in your love of Ghostbusters that
Yeah.
you can't. That this is just
Sequels-
adds to the love.
sequels
This just
don't-
adds to the love.
Sequels don't change
It's
the
a
original
remake.
movie. Only George Lucas ever did that.
All right, are we done?
Pretty much. Let's just.
Do you want to
see if
say
there's anything
directed
else.
by Paul Feig?
The new
or Feig?
Ghostbusters movie directed by Bridesmaids.
Oops, thanks.
It's fine.
The Heat. Is it over?